Hi guys, Derek here from Pacific Coast Auto, and today we're looking at a 1990 180 SX. This one here has the 1.8 liter CA18 turbo engine. And this one's a 1990 model with 162,000 kilometers. We'll take a look at the engine, interior, exterior, and compare it to the auction sheet. This car was bought at auction here in Japan and is going to be sent over to the USA under the 25-year rule that they have. This one's a little bit unique because of a couple of things, and I'll get into those as I go over the car. So let's take a look now. The CA18 engine was only used for 89-90 years. 91 they moved over to the SR20. This is a twin cam 1.8 liter turbocharged and intercooled engine. Intercooler is a side mount down here, and it has its own little intake here specifically for the intercooler. If you take a look at the front bumper, there's the intake on that side, but there isn't one on the other side. And so this would be a unique bumper to the JDM model version. It also has the yellow fog lights there, which I believe are stock on this car. I'm sorry, not stock, Nissan made and not an aftermarket product, because they are the same ones that you can get on the GTR. Okay, I know from experience my camera's going to make this engine sound rougher than it actually is. The actual engine doesn't sound too bad. Timing belt was changed in 2002 at 90,893 kilometers. And judging by the wear on the tires and the mileage on it there, it probably wasn't driven very much in the last little bit. The tires over the last 10 years have gone through one set of tires. These ones actually are different from the ones on the back. They're all worn out there. Okay, gonna close the hood here. Before we get into the auction sheet, I just want to say something about the color of the paint. This one here is a midnight blue. Pearl is the name of it. And it's actually the same color you can get the GTR in. The color looks good, but it looks much better in the sun. Which is funny because it's called midnight blue, not sunny blue. But it is a gorgeous color for the car. It does have a little bit of a pearl effect to it, but I guess not compared to today's standards for their pearl paint. Okay, let's look over the auction sheet here. This is a, let's see, 1990, grade 3.5 with an interior C. 5-speed, 161, 867 kilometers. Original blue paint, TH1, so you can check that out. It is the blue metallic pearl. That's the same as the GTR. Sales points are front wing, front window display. And let me just take a little bit of a detour here to show you. It's an HID. You can see the patch here. Our heads-up display, HUD, pardon me, not HID, HUD. And you see there, it tells you how fast you're going right on the windshield, so really cool. You can also set the brightness of that with this little button here. I don't know if you can see that. It kind of flickers on the screen sometimes. That's cool. I didn't know it was that button. This button puts your headlights up in case you want your headlights up but not on. Retractable headlights work. I put them up because there just aren't enough cars with retractable headlights these days. Okay, also want to show you this. It has the digital dash. Really cool because we've sold a number of Silvias, not as many 180 SXs, but a number of Silvias, and they usually come with the analog gauges. We've actually never seen one with a digital one like this, so it shows you your mileage there. It has an analog odometer. I'm sorry, not mileage, your speed, and then tachometer right in the center, exactly where you want it. And I just noticed this, the car's been running for about 7 minutes now. We're still at cold, so your temperature gauge might not be working correctly. Anyways, I will go back to the interior in just a sec. Getting ahead of myself. So let's go back to the auction sheet here. Okay, toll collection box, and it says fog lamps, but it's been crossed out. Purchased from user, and it says the fog lamps don't work. Ah, okay, maybe that's why it was crossed out. Okay, seat side is saggy and a rip. I'll show you that in a second. Interior dirty. Right rear fender has been replaced. Wheels scratched. Door mirror is scratched. Okay, various scratches on the left side of the car. Tail lens scratched. Small scratches, small dents, and repair marks on the car. Looking at the diagram here, this one is has a number of things. Hood has a scratch on it. Repainted panel here. A couple of dents in the side here. Rear spoiler has been removed. Okay. Now, windshield crack. Windshield crack is a funny one. Here's a rock chip. Let's see if we can find that. There it is. Right there. Okay, so let's do once around of the car here. The 180 has been a popular car for people wanting to know more information about them and inquiring, saying I want to buy one. We don't actually sell an awful lot of them, and I'm not sure exactly why that is. These 180s are pretty hard to find with a good non-rusty chassis in the USA, where this one is going, because they're commonly used as drift cars, and that's also the case here in Japan. And so, for example, this one here is really strange in that it still has the original wheels on it, original suspension, really no modifications other than the shift knob on it. And so, maybe one of the only ones that's like this. It's kind of funny, the 180 is less common than the Silvia. I'm not sure why that is, because this one, I guess, was the sportier version of the two, or at least sportier looking. Possibly these were more expensive and that's why, but I'm not sure. Cool to see those original wheels. Although I wouldn't be surprised to see if they got changed right away. Okay, this side here is the side with the more dents and the scratches that they were talking about. I'll show you both of those. And so the door has a pretty, well, medium or large dent on there. You can kind of see it there. I did get another video of the side panel specifically. Here's that dent. And then at the bottom here, and on the other side, bottom. Okay, the fine scratches are something that's going to require the panel to be repainted. It looks like, where's a good example of what I can show you? Here's, so look in this section here, and it's basically on the entire side here. There are these fine scratches. Maybe a little bit hard to see, but the scratching is right down to the paint. And so this is what happens when the car doesn't get waxed regularly. I don't want to spend too much time dwelling on the bad parts of the car, but that's basically the purpose of these videos, is to show anything that's wrong with the vehicle. But overall, I think that we got this one for a good price, and the fact that it hasn't been modified is usually means that the car is going to be in better condition for a chassis for building something on. It hasn't been completely stressed by drifting. Part of my voice today, it's a little bit off. Okay, your regular 180 door cards here. Power windows, of course. A little bit of damage right there. Auction sheet said the seat had a rip, and so take a look on the outside edge of the driver's seat there. Okay, now it isn't a full rip, it's just fabric has come loose there. The rest of the seat seems to be good, a little bit of sag, but not too bad. And then the passenger seat had something interesting. This section here has a repair from a cigarette burn. Okay, the engine feels happy. We don't like revving the engine here in the lot because we don't want our neighbors to be super angry at us. Oh, and we're getting the temperature coming up now. Maybe it just takes a long time to warm up. Okay, steering wheel is the original one. Generally good, but a little bit of wear here, and some strange deformation right here. This is a big deal. The dashboard has no cracks in it, and so having a dashboard with cracks for the 180 is maybe 80% of them that I've seen. And so it's good to see no cracks in the dashboard, especially since this is a JDM one that's going to go into the States, because getting a JDM dashboard in the States is probably not that easy. Okay, aftermarket shift knob. Shifting works good. Clutch seems to work well. Ashtray has ash bits in it, but it doesn't smell bad in the car. It smells very Japanese. Actually, if you get into importing, you'll start to realize that the Japanese cars have a unique smell to them. Rear seats seem to be good. Rear back cards seem good. Headliner seems good. The trunk here. Actually, the trunk liner is in really good shape, which is great, because after 25 years of use, a lot of them become really bad. Okay, and something interesting, take a look. These little sections here, pop those out, and you can put your rear strut brace in there, if you want to. Everything under here looks to be in tip-top shape. No signs of any rust or anything. And so, here we go. Needs a little bit of work in places. Some of the dents in the body and the paint on the left side. Actually, that scratched paint is a little bit on the hood and the roof as well. Alright, so that's going to be everything for this walk around. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope to see you hitting the like button and commenting on the video if you're into that sort of thing. Anyway, thanks a lot for watching, and have a nice day.